Yo guys, it's Kyle coming at you from Bane's Film Reviews. I just saw Trap, directed by M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong and starring Joshua Hartnett. If you know anything about M. Night Shyamalan, you know that his films can be pretty decent leading up to the final act, and then the films tend to end not so well. So that's what I anticipated. I anticipated a fun ride up until that final act, and maybe I'd get something exciting and intriguing that I didn't expect at the end of this film. That's sort of what I got. This might be the best ending to his film since Signs, and that's been a long freaking time. So I had to start out with Josh Hartnett because I haven't seen him in so long, and he puts on a really unique and intriguing performance. He plays the main character of this film. If you have seen a preview for this film, then you know that he is a serial killer that the FBI is on the lookout for, where he is at a concert with his daughter and they know that he is going to be there. They don't know that it's him, they just know that someone who is this serial killer will be at this concert, and they are attempting to find him. They make it very obvious very early in the film. They're not trying to hide anything. You don't have to read between the lines to figure out that Josh Hartnett's Cooper is the serial killer that they're looking for. I don't mind that. I don't mind that there's no mystery there. But he gets to play a psychopath in a way that I've never seen a psychopath played before. Having watched endless episodes of Criminal Minds and other shows of that nature, having seen a ton of horror films, Josh Hartnett performs in a way, again, that I've never seen before. Really intriguing performance. I really appreciate what he did. Then it comes down to the character development, and M. Night Shyamalan and the other writer, who I'm drawing a blank on his name, they create a character that's really intriguing. He's so smart, and he's such a dick. And those are the types of characters that I tend to gravitate toward, because they tend to be the most intriguing and the most dynamic. Hartnett pulls it off really well, but because he has a really good script to deal with, I appreciate what they did with this character, both on the script side and on the actual acting side of it with, again, Hartnett. This is a wonderful film and a wonderful character to lead this film. It's a really intense film from the start to the finish. They never relent in that regard. There are bits and pieces that are sort of funny that break the intensity and create some levity. It's necessary, it's welcome, and it's done really well. Overall, I think this is a really cool... There's not a whole lot to this because you sort of know what's going to happen by the end of the film, and you just sort of hope that Shyamalan doesn't screw it up. He doesn't. He creates something that is, again, intriguing. I'm using that word again and again. It's not a very exciting film. It's not an incredibly thrilling film, but it's enticing. And I think that's really all that they need to accomplish when creating Trap. So, with that, I've seen some really good horror films this summer, this year in general, and this sort of ranks up there as one of the better ones. It's sort of less on the horror side, more on the thriller side, and while I said there was no mystery really, there's no mystery in regard to whether or not Cooper, our main character, is the bad guy or not. There is some mystery in regard to whether or not he will be captured by the end of the film, how and if that happens. And then it's really interesting that you almost root for him. You know, again, that he is the serial killer that these guys are looking for, and still you are rooting for him to succeed. And I love that. Again, that goes back to the character development and the acting of Josh Hartnett. I really enjoyed this film from start to finish, even though we took a 30-minute break in the middle because the power went out in the theater. Other than that, everything worked out really well. I think this, again, ranks as one of the better horror films that I've seen this year, this summer. And I'm going to give this film, Trap, an 8 out of 10. It's leaving theaters, as far as I can tell. This is the last showing in my theater, in my local theater, I got in just in time. I was supposed to see this a couple of other times and just didn't get to the theater to watch it. Other things came up, didn't have the time. I'm glad that I got to the theater to watch this. If it's still in your local theater, I wouldn't encourage you to shy away from it. I would encourage you to go out and watch it. It's worth paying for when it comes out on demand, or if you're going to watch it on a streaming service, it's worth it. So check it out. Spend the 2 hours it takes to watch this film. And until next time, peace.